Hello, my name's Timothy Smith, and my chosen artifact is the Bible. Imagine, you are the grandson of a king, the son of a prince in an agrarian society in the East. Now imagine you are lame in the feet, and your family has been destroyed, and the new king invites you to his table. What do you think is going to happen? This is the story of Mephibosheth, grandson of King Saul of Israel and the son of Prince Jonathan. In the context of 2 Samuel, we learn that David, the new king from above, has been fighting the remaining descendants of Saul's line in order to secure his throne. Then we come to chapter 9, verse 1, and we read, "Is there still anyone left of the house of Saul, that I may show him kindness for Jonathan's sake?" So David did not intend to kill Mephibosheth, but to show him mercy. Indeed, David restored to Mephibosheth all the lands of Saul and Jonathan, and made Mephibosheth to sit at his table and eat with him continually. Now Mephibosheth had a servant named Ziba who managed his affairs. This servant was not as kind or generous as David, and when he saw an opportunity to slander Mephibosheth, he did. He played on Mephibosheth's lameness and inability to easily leave Jerusalem when David had to flee, to make Mephibosheth become like Benedict Arnold. David strips Mephibosheth of his lands and gives them all to Ziba because of Ziba's treachery. Now we come to the end of the story in chapter 19, and we find out that Ziba deceived and slandered Mephibosheth. Mephibosheth had been loyal to David all during his exile from Jerusalem. He had neither taken care of his feet, nor trimmed his hair, nor washed his clothes since David had left Jerusalem, in a symbol of his loyalty to the king. How does the story of Mephibosheth play into our study of disabilities? I think it relates in terms of person-first language, eugenics, and the charity model of disability. When you read through the text, we find that Mephibosheth is seen by David as a person and not an object to be taken care of. He treats Mephibosheth with hospitality and kindness, restoring to him his father's lands and possessions. Then we compare David's response to Ziba's. Ziba was selfish and only wanted to use Mephibosheth's lameness as a tool to gain wealth and riches. Throughout the text, we continually see Mephibosheth referred to by his name and not as the cripple. This teaches us to value disabled people as persons and not as objects to be shunned or cast out of society. This leads to the second point, eugenics. In the ancient world, disabled babies in many cultures were cast upon the mountains and left to die from exposure or from wild beasts. Think Spartans or Oedipus Rex. Oftentimes, the disabled were the outcasts in society, functionally killed from social interaction. Mephibosheth became lame at 5 years of age when his nurse fled with him after the death of Saul and Jonathan. She dropped him and he became lame in his feet. Yet the nurse did not kill him because he became lame, but cared for and helped him survive. We also see later that Mephibosheth was not cast out of society, but welcomed into it by David. This teaches us to value disabled people and recognize that they can offer much wisdom to us. They too are people and should not be treated as filth left on a mountain to rot. Finally, I think we see a similar but better view to the charity model of disability. We see Mephibosheth as being identified as lame and having a real physical problem in that way, like the charity model of disability views them. Yet we do not see him being viewed as a victim of his disability, which the charity model also proposes. That's the difference. He is viewed, rather, in terms of his relation to Jonathan and in terms of the merit of his own actions towards the king. I think this is a helpful model to learn from since it teaches you to not judge a book by its cover. This is what I've presented for my artifact video, and I hope you enjoyed it and can learn from it. Thank you.